Kirby has had a very small presence on the Wii U. Just like the GameCube, only one big box title came out, being Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Yeah, there's all kinds of virtual console releases, but we won't be talking about that along with its main series game until, well, the end of this video. We're going to be talking about all sorts of just little things that Kirby sprinkled in onto the Wii U, which there is a lot, so let's get right into it. NES Remix, a very interesting thing that Nintendo did way back in the day, as in like over 10 years ago way back in the day, to where you had a remix style of different NES games doing a basically small time challenges for each game. They also released a second version, this being NES Remix 2, which had Kirby stuff in it. There was Kirby Adventure challenges you could have done, along with different remix things such as Kirby being able to collect Mario coins in a Mario level with a Kirby sprite that could suck up blocks and whatnot. Yeah, it honestly makes you wonder how many people had to sit down at a table with lawyers and just documents and stuff, sign off different things like, hey, yeah, you can allow Kirby into Mario Bros, or hey, you can allow this element into Kirby and whatnot. It really does kind of make you think at night, that kind of stuff. There are also some interesting stamps that you could have used in Miiverse from Kirby's Adventure, which I'll be putting those on screen. Not too many you can see there, but yeah, there's at least some sort of presence in NES Remix 2. You also can play this on Ultimate NES Remix on the 3DS, and NES Remix 2, of course, on the Wii U, along with the physical that was released, the pack. Yoshi's Woolly World, a very interesting platformer that a lot of people wanted on Switch. Crafted World does not hold a torch to this game, but what's interesting about Yoshi's Woolly World, it had a ton of Amiibo support, so much so that, once again, speaking of those legal documents, yeah, they probably had to go through a swath of those because you can just do all kinds of Amiibo with this game. And of course, this includes also Kirby Amiibo. By scanning these Amiibo, you can get Kirby Yoshi, King Dedede Yoshi, or Meta Knight Yoshi. So yeah, if you ever want to, fulfill that fantasy of being able to play some sort of Kirby character inside of a Yoshi game, you could do so with Yoshi's Woolly World. You can also do this with the 3DS titles, but yeah, we're talking with the Wii U, and also in 3DS, you can use the Bandana Waddle Dee Amiibo since that came out after when the 3DS game was already out. So yeah, there's a Bandana Waddle Dee Kirby, I guess, as well. Too bad the Wii U version doesn't have that. You just get some kind of Amiibo shirt Kirby when you scan this Amiibo. Speaking of Amiibo, Amiibo Tap, a very interesting time during Nintendo's life where, yeah, they had Amiibo and they were like, hey, we got to get some use for these freaking, come-to-life toys and whatnot. So in doing so, if you scan any Amiibo in this game, you got a short demo of a variety of 16-bit and 8-bit Nintendo games. Also, there was Kirby games included in there, of course, from Adventure, Dream Course, Superstar, and Dreamland 3. Now, there wasn't multiplayer you could play in any of these, but what's interesting for these demos is you had a variety of different scenes you could play from the game, which they were kind of mixed up, random variety. You could do things from the final boss or just some random puzzle, I guess you could say. Now, what is interesting, though, it doesn't matter if you scan like a Kirby Amiibo or King Dedede Amiibo, it just really scan any Amiibo in general, which since this game, Amiibo Tap, was meant to just have some sort of use for your Amiibo in general. In my case, though, my Pac-Man Amiibo gives me access to Kirby's Dream Land 3. I guess that makes sense since, Pac-Man eats, Kirby eats, but that's entirely coincidental. For you, you could scan any other Amiibo, for example, maybe the Mario Amiibo gives you access to Kirby's Dream Land 3, or maybe Mega Man gives you access to Kirby's Dream Land 3. Now, you do also have links to be able to check out instructions for these games too, which somehow the links do still work. And you can also go to the eShop to check that out, but you of course cannot buy these games anymore due to the fact that the Nintendo eShop is now closed. But hey, I guess at least window shopping is still free, and that's still entirely possible. Check out some things such as screenshots, descriptions, and I guess if there's videos attached as well. Super Mario Maker. Man, I do think this game has much more charm than Mario Maker 2, since when I was playing this, being on Friday, it said Fly Day, and it made a cool little fly animation happen when the game started up. Now, once again, there is more Amiibo functionality in this game. There is just a swath of different costumes you can get using the question mark mushroom, and in doing so, it acts as a super mushroom essentially replacement, where you can break brick blocks, and it, forms as an additional hit for Mario too. Now, what is cool is if you scan Kirby, Meta Knight, or King Dedede, you can get these exclusive costumes in this game by, you scanning the Amiibo. And in doing so, you only need to scan them once. You can just simply scan them once, and you forever have access in that Super Mario Maker save data. There's cool little animations as well, and cool little sound effects and whatnot. So I'll play those right here so you can check them out. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Now, we're not going to be talking about this too much, considering there's a lot of obvious stuff, such as trophies, and the characters that you play as being Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Dedede since Brawl. Strange how we haven't had a new character. I know everyone's Waddle Dee, but it's strange how we had the same one since Brawl all the way up to Ultimate, so maybe the next Smash Bros. We'll see some sort of new Kirby fighter. Marks? Bandit? I don't know, but with that being said, then I guess the only real odd nod to Kirby in these games is the Meta Knight mask that you can use for your Mii fighters. Yeah, I guess that's kind of freaking cool, isn't it? Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Yeah, who was asking for this game in particular on the Wii U? A sequel to a near-launch title game, Kirby Canvas Curse. You can use Amiibo in this game, which is pretty freaking cool. You get different costumes and stuff like that, such as if you scan the Kirby Amiibo, you get infinite star dashing ability. But the only problem is you can only use each Amiibo once per day. I guess it's to prevent people from easily 100% of the game, so that's kind of annoying. What is this, some sort of mobile gacha game? I don't understand it. You paid extra money for these Amiibo, $13 back then. Yeah, I know they're like $16 because of inflation right now, but it's like, come on, Nintendo. Is that really fair to just allow people to not be able to scan their Amiibo more than once per day? And I guess they're really trying to make you buy multiple Amiibo, but even then, there's a limit still regardless. Now, last but not least is, of course, the Virtual Console games. Speaking of swath, there's just an absolute treasure trove of Kirby games on the Wii U. To date, you could play the most Kirby games on this console, legally, of course. We're not going to be going down that route. But with that being said, you could check out games first-timers such as Amazing Mirror, Nightmare in Dreamland, Squeak Squad, Canvas Curse, Mass Attack. All these games were first time re-released on the Virtual Console, and it's pretty freaking cool. And it does suck there isn't multiplayer for, say, like Amazing Mirror or Nightmare in Dreamland, but on the bright side, Return to Dreamland does have multiplayer if you got those extra Wii remotes, so that's pretty freaking cool. Over 10 different Virtual Console experiences for Kirby games. Now, what does freaking suck, though, is all these, of course, are delisted, so you can no longer check them out. Once again, window shopping is free, but yeah, it really does defeat the purpose. Like amazing games such as Mass Attack. That sucks that these were delisted, but it is cool because there's multiplayer features when you're able to access them, such for Dream Course and Superstar. And I guess if you include the Wii backwards compatibility too, you could also check things out, such as with the Kirby's Dream Collection. So you get access to the original Kirby's Dream Land and Kirby's Dream Land 2. So yeah, that's like 15 Kirby games right there you could play on just one system. The Switch, I think, has about 10, but yeah, it's still going to be a little bit till we catch up to that, because who knows if we're ever going to be getting DS Online. With that being said, let me know what you thought about these cool little additions of Kirby on the Wii U. Was there any I missed? Was there any that were your favorite? Let me know down below. And of course, don't forget to steal yourselves. Bye-bye.